Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The Housing and Neighborhood Development Department is pleased to report since the inception of the city's pilot vacant housing receivership program, no cases have gone to court. The 20 properties initially selected for this program have been rehabilitated by their owners and returned to the community as safe and affordable housing. This was and remains the goal of the program. Vacant, dilapidated, or deteriorating structures qualify for the city's program after a code official determines a property is unfit for human habitation. The decision also must be upheld by the Greensboro Minimum Housing Standards Commission. If the commission agrees with the code official, an ordinance to repair is issued to the property owner. City staff is directed to use receivership if the property remains out of compliance 90 days after the ordinance was issued. A Guilford County Superior Court judge appoints receivers to carry out the needed repairs or demolition of an unsafe housing structure. A receiver prepares a plan of action outlining the work needed to bring a structure into compliance and a timeline for the project's completion. The plan is presented to a Superior Court judge during a hearing. To date, a receiver has yet to present a plan of action to the court. As a result of the program's success, several cities in North Carolina have expressed an interest in creating a similar program. The historic College Hill neighborhood will soon display upgraded decorative street name signage and signposts. A city contractor will remove signs at 30 intersections throughout College Hill to be refurbished, upgraded, and reinstalled. Supplemental signage to highlight College Hill's historic district will be added at 12 key intersections throughout the neighborhood. The decorative street lamp posts will not be removed. This work is expected to take approximately 1 month to complete and will involve the removal of all street name signs for several weeks. Also, some lanes and busy intersections might need to be temporarily closed during this time frame. Motorists traveling in the area for the next few weeks should use caution and be prepared to experience minor delays. For the past several years, College Hill residents have collaborated with Greensboro's planning department to prepare for this highly anticipated project. To review a more detailed map of all the affected signs located in College Hill, visit the city's website. An architectural rendering of the supplemental historic district signs is also available on the city's website. Demolition work is underway, impacting one southbound lane and the turn lane of North Eugene Street between Belmead Street and West Friendly Avenue. As a result, the lanes will remain closed during construction. Also affected are the 2 westbound lanes of Friendly Avenue between Commerce Place and North Edgeworth Street. Work is expected to be completed and the lanes will reopen by mid-September. Until then, motorists should use alternate routes or else expect delays in the vicinity of the construction zone. Work schedules are dependent on weather conditions and the availability of materials and equipment. For more information about lane and road closures and to subscribe to receive email notifications about upcoming road work on city streets, visit the city's website. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's News for Your Health.
Did you know that about 95% of people will develop back pain at some point in their life? I think there are some simple things you can do to help prevent the onset of back pain or reduce back pain that you may have. So let's talk about some of those ways. So I think one of the most important ways to avoid hurting your back is to avoid unnecessary bending, lifting, or twisting. We call it BLT because it's easy to remember. Bending, lifting, and twisting. Those are the things we want to try to avoid to try to help our back and try not to hurt our back. So we're going to show some of those things now. We're going to show the proper way to bend to pick up an umbrella off of the ground. So I think that's one way. I think there's 2 even better ways, and we're going to show that now. She's going to go down on one knee to pick it up. Right. What we really want to avoid is bending at the waist or the back to pick it up, and we really want to bend at the knees. I think that's important. The last way we can show to pick up things is called the golfer's bend, where we're leaning forward with a leg back and lift like that. And I think that's also easier on the back because it keeps the back straight. Again, we want to avoid bending at the hips and the back, but bend down instead. So one of the more difficult things you'll do around your house is bend over to pick up bigger objects that are somewhat more awkward. And we're going to show how to pick up a box now and try to do that without hurting our back. You see she gets down on one knee, she lifts the box, and she holds it close to her body. That's really important because if you hold it far from your body, it makes your back want to bend. It puts a fulcrum on your back. So it's important when you pick it up, then carry it close to your body. Now we're going to talk about twisting. And one of the things we twist to do is to grab objects such as tissue. So we're going to show how to correctly turn to grab a tissue. If you notice, she turned her whole body to grab the tissue and then her whole body back. And this is the wrong way to grab the tissue out of my hands. You notice she twisted her body that time. That puts undue forces on your low back and can cause back pain. I think there are several lifestyle changes people can make to improve their back health and either improve their back pain or prevent back pain. I think two of the most important are using good posture and using good body mechanics. So standing straight, sitting straight, lengthening the spine, and then using good body mechanics when lifting, bending, and avoidance of twisting maneuvers. Also, I think that for those who are overweight, losing weight down to an ideal body mass index can be very important. And I think reducing stress can also be important because it seems that any medical condition we have, stress seems to make it worse. So I think exercise is also extremely important, and I think exercises to improve core strength and improve flexibility, such as yoga and Pilates, are very important in prevention of back pain and improving chronic back pain. And lastly, I think quitting smoking can be very important in reducing back pain in those with chronic back issues. Smoking has been linked to degenerative disorders of the spine. Thanks for joining me today. Don't let a few wrong moves with your back stop your active lifestyle. To learn more, go to conehealth.com/backpain. This is Dr. David Jones.
The Water Resources Department invites you to check out its annual report, and the summer concert series continues throughout the city. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Greensboro's annual Drinking Water Quality Consumer Confidence Report is now available for the community and water customers to review. The report describes drinking water sources, testing conducted on the water, substances detected, health effects information related to violations of drinking water standards, and other information of interest. This Water Resources Department annual report is a performance measure of the quality of water supplied by the city in relation to compliance standards established by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and the North Carolina Division of Water Resources. According to the annual report, the city's drinking water is safe and meets or surpasses all state and federal standards. The city regularly monitors drinking water according to federal and state regulations to ensure the production of high-quality water. The report includes water quality lab data collected from January 1st to December 31st, 2022. To obtain a copy of the report, including in Spanish, call the Contact Center at 336-373-2489. Limited copies are also available at Greensboro Public Library branches. Creative Greensboro is once again hosting the Music for a Sunday Evening in the Park, or MUSEP concert series. The popular event is in its 44th season. Concerts are hosted through August in various parks throughout Greensboro. Concertgoers will see and hear from some long-standing favorites, including the Greensboro Concert Band, New Blue, and the Greensboro Big Band. Several musical acts will make their MUSEP debut this summer, including the 10-piece salsa band Orquesta Internacional La Clave and Sahara Reggae. Musette concerts are free and start at 6 p.m. In addition to food trucks, attendees are welcome to bring food, blankets, and lawn chairs. In the event of bad weather, cancellation notices will be posted on Creative Greensboro's Facebook or Instagram pages. Kids in need of a safe environment and organized activities are encouraged to participate in the free summer playground program, Energy at the Park. This is hosted by the Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department. Energy at the Park is available in 4 neighborhoods from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mondays through Thursdays now through August 10th. Rising first grade students through 15-year-olds are invited to participate in free lunch, supervised sports, games, and crafts. Parents or guardians may register their kids at any of the following playgrounds: Hampton Park on Four Seasons Boulevard, Heath Park on Holtz Chapel Road, Sussman Street Park on Sussman Street, and Woodmere Park on Autumn Drive. Energy at the Park is subject to cancellation if there's severe rain or extreme heat. For more information, visit the city's website or contact Mel Melton at 336-373-7502. NC Works is committed to being a one-stop shop for teens and young adults in need of employment. Coming up after the break, learn how NextGen is bridging the gap. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Young adults in need of employment can rely on NC Works as a valuable resource for career preparation and placement. Joining me now to explain how youth are being engaged is Blake Easley. He is the Community Outreach Coordinator for NC Works. Hello, Blake. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So glad to have you. So for people who aren't familiar with NextGen, tell us about your operations and your services.
So the NextGen program, I really like the way that I like to think of it, and the way that I describe it is it's really a one-stop shop for career development, career training, placement. So it's really a place where the youth can come in, get trained in the ways of the modern day world and as far as business is concerned, and just have available resources to be placed in internships and trainings that interest them, as well as find meaningful careers, and it's all done free of charge.
Oh, that's even the best part of that. I mean, we're preparing young people is great, but it's free of charge to get them on the road to careers. So how is your team keeping the youth engaged?
So when it comes to youth engagement, I think one of the most important things is really to listen to what the youth have been asking for. And since I started, one of the things that they've been asking for is training as far as entrepreneurship goes. And so we've been listening, and one of the things that we have coming up actually is we have somebody, Luann Berry, from the Women's Business Center of Greensboro, is actually going to be coming down for 2 weeks in a row and training our youth, and it's open to all Guilford County youth, to teach them in the ways of entrepreneurship. Luann used to be an entrepreneurship teacher, and she's also offered to come down once a month to our center and train one-on-one our participant in the ways of entrepreneurship. And so the way that we keep them engaged is we listen to what they've asked for, and we provide those resources.
It's interesting, this younger generation is interested in being their own boss.
Oh, yeah.
So entrepreneurship is right down their alley. But when you say youth, what age bracket are you looking at?
So the youth that we work with are ages 16 to 24. So not all of them are considered youth. Some of them are young adults, but we call them youth.
Okay, good to know. Now, what are some examples of how you prepare today's youth for meaningful employment?
Well, I think when you think about what it takes to be successful in the world, I think that idea that those requirements are ever changing, and I think one of the things that we saw when we kind of moved to this digital world is a lot of jobs now are found online, and so we've had to adjust the career readiness workshops that the youth are coming through, and one of the classes that we teach is actually called Job Search Techniques. And so that class teaches our youth, how do I find a job online? Because there's nobody really training us, there's nobody really training us how to write resumes, there's nobody really training us, to adjust to the modern day evolving business world.
Okay. And is there any particular tool that you have found to be most effective that really resonates with these young folks to keep them in pursuit of their career development?
Absolutely. So I think the most important thing when it comes to working with youth is listening, right? A lot of times as adults, we're concerned about outcomes and we want this, and we forget that we're still speaking to people, right? And youth are craving and they are desiring for relationship. And I think the most important thing when it comes to working with youth is being there for them in a way that they understand that you're meaningful, you're intentional about relationship, and when they understand that you prioritize relationship, they're willing to put their trust.
Okay, well, so many great things happening at NC Works next generation of sorts. Thank you, Blake, for sharing, and you're doing such great work as our community outreach coordinator. Do come back and let us know other programs or opportunities available to our 16 to 24-year-olds.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorset Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. Pool renovations are underway, and the details are as follows. The deck at Lindley Pool is currently being resurfaced. The pump room is also in need of significant structural repair. Plans have been redesigned to address issues identified on the deck subsurface during the resurfacing process. The pool at Lindley will remain closed until these repairs are completed. The repairs at Peeler include a new pump and reconditioning of the pool deck and shell. The cost is more than $300,000 and requires plans to be drafted by an engineer or architect and approved by the health department. Construction will begin following the completion of plan approval and the bid process. As a result, the pool at Peeler is also closed this summer. On a high note, the pool at Windsor is open for summer fun. The Warnersville pool is also open. Upgrades at this location will begin after the pool season is over. For more information about construction repairs and the summer pool schedule, visit the city's website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
I'm Dave, and here are some of the special events happening this weekend on the town. Calling all cosplay, anime, and comic book fans. The Greensboro Pop Culture Con visits the Greensboro Coliseum Special Event Center July 22nd. Meet Renee Jacobs, the voice of April O'Neil from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon, plus plenty of vendors. Tickets cost $10 for adults, $5 for kids, and are available at the door. Visit GreensboroColiseum.com for details. See a hive of bees, meet their keeper, and learn about the positive impact bees make in our world. The Bee Besties with Bees program is July 22nd at the Benjamin Branch Library. Kids can enjoy STEM and creative activities at this free and family-friendly event. Learn more at the city's website at greensboro-nc.gov. Living in the Ordinary World, a collection of photographs by John Rosenthal and 10 North Carolina photographers. An exhibit guest curated by Rosenthal, opened July 22nd at the Green Hill Center for North Carolina Art. This free exhibition runs through November 4th and features 40 years of Rosenthal's work. For more information, visit greenhillnc.org. Chapel Hill-based folk pop band Honey Magpie plays July 22nd at the Crown at the Carolina Theater. Rachel Hurwitz and Pippa Hoover showcase their vocal harmonies, classical string parts, and nature-inspired lyrics. Tickets cost $10 in advance or $12 at the door. Buy yours at the box office or online at carolinatheater.com. The International Civil Rights Museum hosts its 2023 Gala July 25th at the Corey Convention Center. 6 individuals will be honored for their civil and human rights work as the museum celebrates the 63rd anniversary of the Greensboro Civil Rights Sit-ins. Individual tickets and table sponsorships for this fundraiser may be bought online at sitinmovement.org. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. Known for its impressive plantings and public art sculptures, Tanker Family Bicentennial Garden offers serenity in the heart of Greensboro. A wedding gazebo adds an air of elegance, a man-made recirculating stream provides texture, movement, and sound, and a sensory garden engages visitors in an interactive landscape experience. A variety of sculptures placed throughout this 7.5-acre garden provides artistic and historic interest, and a paver plaza located at the garden's entrance offers a way to lend your name to the garden. The garden is open year-round and is located at 1105 Hobbs Road. Operating hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. through August, and admission is free. To make a reservation for group events, weddings, or other special events, call 336-373-7690. To learn more about the garden's history, visit the city's website. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO Shoutout. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO Shoutout. This week's shoutout goes to the Greensboro Fire Department. North Carolina Emergency Management deployed 8 members of the Greensboro Fire Department Swift Water Rescue Team to assist with search and rescue efforts in Vermont. They will be using boats and other equipment to rescue people from flooded homes and others stranded by floodwaters in hazardous locations. Members from the Greensboro and Charlotte Fire Departments are working together. The team of firefighters will be in Vermont up to 10 days. Way to go, Greensboro Fire Department. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM and 100.7 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO. Plus, GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.